Hi everyone, I'm Brittany from Brittany Loves Reading, and today I'm doing a try a chapter video. Last week was rom-comathon, and I did 7 rom-coms in 7 days. This is Monday, rom-comathon is over, and I just really want to mood read today. I just don't even really know what I'm in the mood for after 7 rom-coms. I think I kind of maybe got a little burnt out on rom-coms. I had a great time for the week and ended with a 5-star. You'll see that vlog on Thursday, but I just don't know what I want to read today. I have no idea. So I've grabbed 3 library books that I took out for the month that I was excited to read. I'm gonna try a chapter in each of them to kind of see what I am in the mood for and read that today. Here are the 3 books that I will be reading. I am very excited about all 3 of these books. I cannot decide what I'm in the mood for. Have you ever been that way where you're like, I just don't know what I want to read? That's how I feel today. I do want to read, I just cannot tell you what. Cannot tell you what. The first book I'm going to be trying is Billy Porter's Unprotected. This is a memoir by Billy Porter. Courtney from Tangible Reads was reading this a couple weeks ago now. Said some really great things about it while I was on sprints. So I put it on hold at my library, I think while I was on sprints with Courtney, like at the same time. So I really do want to read this. I love Billy Porter. The bio says, from the incomparable Emmy, Grammy, and Tony Award winner, a powerful and revealing autobiography about race, sexuality, art, and healing. Like I said, I've heard good things from Courtney, and I'm excited to try this. So I'm going to go read the first chapter and see if maybe it's time to throw in a nonfiction this month. That's just something different. I have finished the prologue in the first chapter of the Billy Porter Unprotected memoir. I really enjoyed hearing Billy tell his story. He is the narrator of the audiobook, and I really enjoyed that. I love when authors, especially for memoirs, narrate their own stories. I think it just gives a whole other level to the audiobook and the book in general. The prologue in the first chapter looks at Billy about from 5 and under, as well as life kind of before Billy was born. His mother has a disability, and he witnessed her be ridiculed and marginalized, not just based on her disability, but also her race, and how that shaped Billy's formative years. We also see Billy being bullied in school and what that did to teach him to fight for what he wanted in life. We also see Billy start working at the church choir and fall in love with singing. Billy is obviously a famous singer on Broadway, so it was interesting to see kind of where that started. I definitely want to continue this memoir, and definitely will be this month. Whether it will be today, I don't know. We'll see how the other books go, but I definitely will be continuing this month. The next book I'm going to be trying is Hani and Issue's Guide to Fake Dating by Atibah Jagdar. This is a YA fake dating book. I love fake dating. I read No Fake Dating last week for Rom-Comathon, and I've had my eye on this for a while, so that's why it's in this try a chapter. It has started to rain outside, so if you hear the rain and the wind, I'm sorry. So this follows obviously Hani and Issue. Hani comes out to her friends as bi, but they don't believe her because she's never dated anybody other than men. So she lies and says she is dating Issue, who is a straight A student in the school. When Hani asks Issue to fake date with her, Issue says yes, as long as Hani helps her become popular. That is all I know, and I'm gonna go try the first chapter. I'm back. I tried the first 2 chapters of this book, and it's actually super cute, but there's a lot of things already being discussed in this book. This is a dual POV, which is why I did the first 2 chapters, one from Hani's perspective and one from Issue's. They have different narrators narrating for each character, and I did really enjoy the different narrators that they had, and I kind of wanted to see one from each perspective as part of this trying this book. We get to see At this point, none of what we learned in the synopsis, no fake dating has started. It's still very early in the book. But we get to see each character's family dynamics. We also have met these friends of Hani's that I mentioned, and I do not like these friends. They are making Hani's life very difficult and aren't respecting not just her sexuality, but also her culture and her religion, as both of these characters are Muslim. And it just really already, I'm like, don't like these friends. I hope they learn through the book, and I hope it is addressed. I'm sure that it is. But these friends are not it at the moment. I definitely want to continue this month. I'm going to keep the bookmark in it. I don't know if I'm going to read it today because, like I said earlier, I think I'm a little worn down on rom-coms at the moment, and this is a YA rom-com, but still a rom-com nonetheless. I might put it aside and pick it up later next week once I've had a little break from rom-coms. The last book that I will be giving a try in this video is The Black Kids by Christina Hammonds Reed. I have been seeing this starting to do the rounds on BookTube with some of my bookish friends. I heard the synopsis and I really wanted to read this as part of Black History Month. So this is set in Los Angeles in 1992, and it follows Ashley and her friends. In April, 4 LAPD officers are acquitted after beating a black man named Rodney King half to death. Suddenly, Ashley is not just one of the girls, she's one of the black kids. So obviously, this covers the Black Lives Matter movement, police brutality, some really hard-hitting topics that I want to hear more about. I'm excited to see the author's perspective on these topics. I'm gonna go give the first chapter a try, and then I'll come back to you with my thoughts. So I have read the prologue and the first chapter of The Black Kids. I love the writing style of this book already. The prologue is set, I think, like a while before the trial happens. It doesn't say when, it just says before. But it describes a time when LA is under a wildfire, and the descriptions of this would just had me instantly enthralled with this writing style. We don't find out much in the first chapter. Obviously, it's just the first chapter. But we meet Ashley and basically her entire friend group. I will say I don't quite have it down of who is who yet, because we meet a lot of people in this first chapter. But I'm sure as I continue on with this book, I will have a better idea of who is who in this story. The trial is happening in the first chapter, but the police officers have not been acquitted yet. Obviously, I know that happens because it is in the synopsis, but it hasn't happened in the book yet. I definitely want to continue with this and see how this story is told from these young teenagers' perspectives. I think they're about 18-ish. And I'm very intrigued by this. And like I said, the writing style has me gripped immediately. So now we've come to the time where I actually have to decide what I'm going to read for today. And honestly, it's harder than I thought because I am excited to continue with all 3 of these books. I'm pretty sure I'm going to continue with all 3 of these books as the next week, week and a half goes on. So I've actually put bookmarks in all of them because I'm pretty sure I'm going to continue all of them. They're all really interesting. But since I just did 7 rom-coms in a row, I really just want something different. So I think I'm going to go way out of what I normally read and pick up a nonfiction. I don't read a lot of nonfiction, and I want to try and maybe pick up one a month. And I haven't read a nonfiction yet for February, and I was really intrigued to know more about Billy Porter's story. So I think that's what I'm going to read today. But like I said, I was intrigued with all 3 books and will be continuing all 3 this month. If you want to know my full thoughts on all of these books, and as long as my plan goes according to plan, you can check out my end of the month wrap up for all my thoughts. But this is what I think I'm going to be reading today. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today for this try a chapter and me trying to figure out what I am going to mood read. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.